Insta breasts, they're coming, people. What are they? Take a look.
Women looking for a bigger bust can now go up a full cup size.
The effect is pretty much instantaneous.
Just one catch, it lasts just 24 hours. Katie has a big date tonight, her 1-year anniversary with her boyfriend.
I will have a surprise for him.
New York cosmetic surgeon Dr. Norman Rowe says women like Katie come in when they have a special event where they want to look great. But most other patients come in when they just want to try out what they'll look like with permanent implants. It didn't take long, an injection of a bag of saline and less than half an hour, voila.
I love that. I will have a surprise for him, which basically means like if I sleep with him and we wake up the next morning, my tits are going to be a lot smaller than they were last night. All right, so there's another surgeon now working on something that's going to last 2 or 3 weeks. So this would be like vacation breasts, not just the one-night breasts. Insta breasts. Do you want the Insta breast? Do you have the Insta breast? I guess I should ask.
I don't want the vacation breast, but I would like the long weekend vagina. You know what I mean? I mean, that is just so ridiculous, you know?
That's funny.
I want my leave of absent booty, you know what I mean? I think that's so crazy. If anyone's gonna jab a needle into my chest, it's to awaken me from a heroin overdose. I mean, the whole idea is just crazy because it's not just they put a needle here. I can't assume it is. They put a needle here and it fills up the whole breast. That means they gotta put needles all over your boobs, you know? It just seems like the most ridiculous idea on the planet.
Okay, so we know that, look, we're in Los Angeles here. I walk around all the time in constant amazement of the ridiculous plastic surgery that people have. Women, of course, but now I'm seeing a ton of it with men. Temporary, maybe it's a little better, like you need like a little boost on a given evening, maybe there's something. I'm trying to give these guys the benefit of the doubt here.
Geez, every time you get it done and you go to the bathroom, you go from a C cup to a B cup, I mean.
Yeah.
I think this is so interesting, and I mean, I grew up in Seattle, hippie parents, like that whole world, and completely, thought never would I ever get a spray tan. That's happened. Never would I ever get plastic surgery. That hasn't happened. But like, I guarantee every sort of small boobed woman out there has at one point maybe Googled like natural breast enhancement or like boob augmentation, whatever that is. And most of them end up getting scared away from it or not really willing to accept the risks with it. And so like assuming, which is probably not a great assumption, that this is totally safe, this temporary thing, I think that it's actually a really interesting sort of like training wheels for plastic surgery. And I think that most small boobed girls, if they were to get it to say, oh, do I maybe want permanent breast enhancement, would experience it for a couple weeks and be like, that was fun, and then go back. Because honestly, like when you don't have to wear a bra all the time, it's worry about the effects of gravity as much, like I think it's a better life. So I think there's gonna be like a grass is greener moment that happens with a lot of these women. They'll end up not going through with it.
Yeah, all right, I did not think of that. I actually think that's kind of interesting, like a little test run, and then you can decide if you want to go forward, or perhaps you decide you don't. We just have insane image problems, right? Because even the idea of the 2-3 week thing, the 24-hour one, it's for a date, as that girl was going on, but even that, you're selling false goods. Like, isn't that a problem? Like, of course, we all sell false goods all the time. You go on a date, women puts on all kinds of makeup, the guy might shave, or, like we all do that. But is there some risk in that we're all selling something that is not real?
Absolutely, and that it's geared specifically towards women, although they do say that they can inject it into a man's calves to make their calves look attractive.
Because women,
something else.
Yeah, I know.
There was a C word there.
I know, which is code for penis, I think, for young people. And a man would never put that in his penis because women would be like, you taste salty enough. Anyway, because it's made from saline. They won't even say what's in the 2 or 3 week product. And it's like, look, this is going into women's bodies. It's not the secret recipe for Coca-Cola. You know what I mean?
That stuff's pretty toxic.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Allow me to quote Beyonce here, because my producer did a fine job and gave me a Beyonce quote. Is it our souls that need surgery, not our bodies? Apparently Beyonce said that. You know about this Beyonce? She's married to Jay-Z. You know about Beyonce, right?
Oh, rings a bell.
Yeah. But is it our souls? Like, are we rotting on the inside while we do all this stuff on the outside? And now we're doing it temporarily to fake it. You go on vacation and you feel better on the beach, and then you come home back to your regular life and your regular boobs, and you're screwed.
Geez, if someone could surgically improve my soul, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely amazing.
Getting really deep on the show here. All
I
of a
know.
sudden.
Yeah, we're finishing up deep.
I mean, I think it's, looking at if everyone's end goal is happiness, what are the means to that end? And some people make the assumption that it is money or that it is changing your physical appearance. And I think there's definitely something to be said for wondering what it would be like to be in another person's body for a minute or for a lifetime or whatever that is. And chances that you have to temporarily experience that, whether it's by augmenting your physical appearance or just putting yourself in someone's shoes, going and volunteering, going and experiencing life in a different country, anything that sort of changes your perspective temporarily on your own situation and puts into perspective your problems and is going to be great. And that's all, maybe go volunteer instead of getting a boob job, but like.
Yeah.
But that's the use of having an amazing, creative imagination, you know what I mean? By wanting to experience how other people live their lives by basically fix a flat can up to your breast. I don't know, you know.
All right, well, I'm with Molly. The meaning of life is trying to get some happiness. I hope you've gotten a little happiness while watching this. And maybe if you get the breasts, let us know. You can comment right down below.